That's an old people song.
That is an old people. That's too close to home there, Jimmy.
Jimmy, I think your title track on that one would be a good arthritis medicine ad. I like that.
It's starting to get cold. You already headed for some old.
Oh man! Look, you might be in the money on some type of pharmaceutical company paying you some big money for that one. So, you are one of the last remaining as far as Bentonia Blues. If somebody's asking you, by the way, I do want to mention this: that not only will you be there, your plans are not canceled or anything. Not only are you going to be there, you are going to be performing.
Yeah, but they're going to do what you call it by Zoom.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Y'all already got the equipment set up.
I keep forgetting we're still in the world of COVID, so you're going to be Zoom performing there, so there you go. All right, so how do you describe the Bentonia Blues? How does it differ from what we grew up with in Clarksdale or Shaw or other places?
Well, now, you got 3 or 4 different blues categories. You got Delta Blues, you got the Bentonia Blues. Now, Bentonia Blues resonate worldwide. As soon as you say blues, they're going to say, can you play the Bentonia Blues? Mm-hmm. And they say it's because of the haunting sound of the guitar and some of the true lyrics. And the guy that started, matter of fact, was Henry Stucker. Matter of fact, I got a big photo of him, and it has up to follow the Bentonia style of blues. Now, the very first guitar I laid my hands on was his, 1957. He more or less like planted the seed. And again, what sets it apart is the way the old guy perfected the G string on the guitar. If you're familiar with a guitar, you got what you call a G string. Now, you got a lot of musicians, guitar players especially, that played in that particular style of tuning. Now, what style it is, I don't know. And sometimes the music professional will ask me what tune it is. I tell them, I don't know. Y'all got to argue about that. I just play it.
Yes. That's the amazing thing, but that whole era there. Now, what you started playing how young?
Well, around 10. But you know how you pick it up, put it down. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I put it down in the 60s, then pick it back up again until I probably mid to late 70s. Before playing public, I would get it and kind of strum it by myself. But say playing publicly, I didn't really get back off into that until sometime during the 70s.
Do you gain something or lose something on the electric guitar with Bentonia Blues?
No, you don't lose nothing. It's just other words, the Bentonia style has to be played with an acoustic guitar, or you won't get the true Bentonia sound. It has to be an acoustic.
I always call it the raw blues because, I mean, and I remember seeing this on the air many years ago. We were talking about the blues, Jimmy, and I said, unless, you can get these white kids from Japan or Germany and places like that, and they love the blues overseas, don't get me wrong, and they can play it, and you got some great ones, but there's just something about somebody who plays the blues and they've drug a cotton sack and chopped cotton.
That is a combination.
Oh, man, it's just, that's the real blues. That's raw.
I call it the recipe.
That's it. That's it, right there. I got you. Now, here's the important questions. I'll save these for last. Within the confines of Holmes Blue Front Cafe, will I find a jar of pig feet on the counter?
I'm looking at them right now.
Is there a
pig feet, sardines?
Sardines there. Now, is there a possibility of a liver cheese sandwich somewhere in there?
You better believe it. Liver cheese sandwich, bologna sandwich, salami, you name it. What I did for years, I pulled away from that, and so I guess it was just an instinct or divine intervention. I started back in selling it, and the old timer came in, had been in the North for a long time. He said, "Boy, this place looks just like it looked when your mama had." I said, "She sold all this kind of stuff." If I got it. Liver cheese was out of existence for a while. I just got my first order back yesterday. It has something to do with whoever was manufacturing it. I think the pandemic shut them down.
Oh, well, that's not good. If we were putting it into our GPS and said, could we say the Blue Front Cafe, or would there be an address that would lead us right to the Holmes Blue Front Cafe?
you Google GPS Blue Fun Cafe, gonna sit you right on my front porch with a picture of me.
What time do you open so we could be there for the music?
Like I said, I mean, I'm here no later than 7 o'clock.
The only Jimmy Duck Holmes. Good morning, sir. How are you?
How are you? Getting off to a great start.
Jeez, man, live from Bentonia, Mississippi with a new album, and I wish we had more time. We need about 2 hours. I got to get you on the Steve Azar's Mississippi Minute to just hear the full story. But welcome to the program. Tell me a little bit about, number one, how did you come by the name Duck?
I get asked that question an awful lot, and in terms, I'm talking about an action man who really, really know. And the only thing I could come up with in my community, especially in the black community, period, most of them got an alias. And my friends, so they say, start calling me Duck.
That's it. I guess it's worked for you over the years. Perez and I once, when did we have this? It's been quite a few years ago. We had Bo Diddley on the air.
Yeah.
And we asked him the same thing.
Question.
Yeah, and he said,
no.
He had no idea how he came up with Bo Diddley, how they came up with it, but it stuck, and he's used it. You got a new record coming out, and you did it in Nashville. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I think we recorded it 2019, and the story behind that, they had invited me up 2017, 2018. A close friend of mine, Michael Schultz, that lives out in Lafayette, they contacted him, and all he would tell me, man, we need to ride to Nashville. I said, man, I'm not got time to go to Nashville. So it took about a year and a half. He convinced me to go, but I had no idea what we was going for. So we got there and checked in the hotel, and he said, let's go ride. Okay. He said, bring your guitar with you. No problem. Just rode on. He said, pull up to the studio. He said, get out. Bring your guitar with you. They had scheduled a recording session. Truly, I had no idea. But they had the session scheduled for 4 days. I think I did them songs in about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. And they were surprised. I said, you ready to go back to Mississippi? He said, you done? I said, they say I'm done. But they wanted me to do one more track of the Cashmere Blues, and I did that. But anyway, that was the only one that I had to do. They do 2 or 3 times there to decide which version they're going to use. And the story behind that, I don't lie when I sing. I don't lie when I do lyrics. And see, the thing about that, when you don't lie, you don't have to rehearse. You have to rehearse a lie. You don't have to rehearse the truth.
Yeah.
Everything I sing is from my heart, and it's true. Either I have experienced it, what I sang about, or I know someone who did. And again, you don't have to rehearse the truth. Now, you got to rehearse a lie so you don't forget it. You don't have to rehearse it.
Well, somebody said that one of the attributes, I think it was, maybe it was the producer Dan Auerbach who said, you don't read music, you don't, you play from the heart, and every time you play a song, it's a little bit different. It's caught a moment in time that is a gem. It's almost like a snowflake. Sometimes it's never the same.
Yeah, I play from my heart. I get actually a lot of time. How many songs have I written? I hadn't written no song. I don't write songs. It all comes from my mind. I'm serious. And the reason the guys that I sit around, I call it mentally mistake. Wasn't they didn't know write songs because they couldn't read nor write to it. If you wrote it down for them, they wasn't going to know what it was. So I tried to pattern after them. Sometimes I might take a song set on stage, but I don't care for the sake of the song itself, word for word. I take it up there, take the song set with my song list, so I don't duplicate the same song doing.
Yeah. Kind of paint a picture, and again, we're talking with Jimmy Duck Holmes. Paint a picture a little bit what we'll find, what we'll see if we decided to pack up and head to the Holmes Blue Front Cafe and enjoy that.
If you came to the Blue Front, and if you're familiar with an old juke joint, so to speak, and people who hadn't been in a juke joint, say that are part of 50 years, they said this one, as soon as they walk in the door, they said take them back to their early childhood because it's 90% original. It looks just like it did when I remember it. It's just an old country juke joint in a little small country town, Bentonia, Mississippi. And And I get asked the question a lot of times where I live. I say, I live at the Blue Front. I said, I spend 90% of my time here. I go home to eat, sleep, and take a bath. In all honesty, I live at the Blue Front. I've been bouncing around here 70-something years.
You open the club up about 7 o'clock every morning. And by the way, it was established in 1948, so it's been there a long time. It's the oldest around, isn't it?
Right. And I was 1 year old. My mom, I was born in 47. So I was 1 year old. Now, and people say I'm crazy, so I'm more like coming before daylight.
Well, you and I are on the same track because I grew up not too far from you in Shaw, Mississippi, on a farm. And so, I mean, I look, I think our greatest regret of that period of time is that the blues were not as popular then as they've become.
Well, and it almost died off. And when those guys was playing the guitar, singing the blues, they wasn't singing it to make money or entertain you. And I tell everybody right now, I don't consider myself an entertainer. What I do, I play and sing, and if you so happen to be entertained by what I do or what I sing about or what I play about, I'm grateful, but it never has been my intention to entertain nobody. And I thank those guys for working hard in the cotton field, and I think it's singing, because a lot of them sang along with the working, and a lot of them sang and played once they got home, but I think it can relax the mind and so forth and so forth.
When is the album going to be available?
It's available now online. I got a ton of them sitting over there now.
Well, I was hoping that you'd be in the studio and bring a guitar and we'd spend a whole hour singing across the entire state, but we'll have to do that next time.
Well, just get it set up and give me a heads up on them. I'll be more than glad to.
We'll get that done. Now, the music track itself is on the Black Keys for his Easy Eye. Is going to be on the Easy Eye sound label?
Well, I don't know if that's the recording company or the name of the studio, but Dan instrumented all of it. He and my friend Michael Schuss. I'm not too familiar with the Easy Eye sound. Like I said again, I don't know if that's the name of the. I don't know if that's the name of the company. That's the title they want to attach to the album.
Jimmy, what does it mean for you to be nominated? What does it mean for you to be nominated for a Grammy?
I appreciate it 100%, and I tell everybody, and they say I be a fool and be clowning around. I appreciate it 100%, but I guess it's my nature. I don't get excited about nothing.
Yeah. By the way, Black Keys is the name of the band, right, Perez? I got you. Yeah,
Dan Auerbach and the Black Keys. That's the band name.
So, are you going to be there in Cleveland on Sunday?
This coming Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to do some of my fans and the locals going to do a celebration for the nomination. I said, man, I haven't won yet. They said somebody don't win the Super Bowl, but they still celebrate.
Oh, absolutely. Well, look, you got to understand, just to be nominated is almost as good as winning it.
They finally cinched that into me.
The number of people that you pack in at the Blue Front, how many people can you squeeze in there?
Well, Blue Front itself is a small venue, probably to be comfortable about 60. But see, I got a lot of territory up in and around the Blue Front, which they're going to celebrate on the outside. It's probably 2,000 or 3,000 people. That's how. And right next to the Blue Front is the old, used to be cotton gin, so I acquired that.
How about that? Yeah.
It's about 10 steps away. So I got it named the Blue Front Cotton Gin, but it's not a cotton gin. It's situated like when I like a bar, like maybe an auditorium.
Do you are you playing there every night when it's open?
If somebody comes up to come on play, I play just as hard for you as I would for 1,000 people. You see, Jimmy?
The story said, by the way, Perez, that it's almost like the Bluebird Cafe. People just show up and they'll start playing, and it's a lot of it's just you never know what's going to happen and who's going to play.
Yes, right, because the instruments and the amplifier, the speakers are all ready to go. All I got to hit the switch and turn them on. If you pick your key, get back there.